My informational speech on the history of motorcycles. My three contestants. All right, I'm Bob Cade. I'm here to inform the audience of the history of the motorcycles and the motorcycle clubs. Motorcycles have been around for 141 years. Edward Butler was the first one, the Velocicycle, in 1884, and then they moved it up to the Petrocycle in 1887 to 1888. I've been riding for 20 years plus. 5 years, the Vietnam Vets Legacy Vets Motorcycle Club. By 1900, many pedal bikes had small engines mounted. Even though the construction of motorcycles started simply, today's motorcycles have made large advancements. The start of the motorcycle clubs and the push for a better fuel economy helped to speed along these advancements. Edward Butler and the Velocicycle in 1884 was a three-wheeled machine. There were no clutches and steered from the rear. The Petrocycle was 1887 to 88. Came with electric ignition and initial two-stroke engine. In World War I, the shoot and scoot is what they came up with the first motorcycle for war. The need was there. It was because of the gas, poisonous gas, and heavy artillery. And then they chose Pancho Villa in 1960 across northern Mexico. They upgraded to the Harley-Davidson J model. No front brakes was one of the things they had with it, with no rear suspension, 15 horsepower, and a gas lamp. Sidecars and machine guns. Pretty sweet if you ask me. In World War II, they used it to deliver messages throughout Europe. But they did get an update. They had an update to a V-twin motor, dirt-friendly fenders, blackout lights, and a luggage rack, and a scabbard for the Thompson machine gun. I'm going to quote something I read. If there's anything more American than riding around the battlefield than a Harley Davidson with a Tommy gun, I can't think of it. Love that. Also used, brought back in the War on Terror in Operation Enduring Freedom in 2001. It was a Kawasaki KLR, and it was easy to use in the Afghanistan terrain. But they did put a new diesel engine in it, which was a JP8. It was a type of jet fuel. It would reach 121 miles an hour and 400 miles per tank. Today, they've came out with the Electric Zero Max. The reason they went to it, quiet engines, the Stealth. Less maintenance, easy to operate. But they don't have a transmission, they have no clutch, and they have instant power. If there's a battery pack on it, it's changed out in seconds. So motorcycle clubs is where we're coming back to in our home area. When they came back from the war, the expectations were they were to settle down, have a family, and have a job. GIs had a hard time transitioning, looking for the brotherhood, the freedom, and the adrenaline. In 1924, the American Motorcycle Association was started. It started out with a 1,400-mile radius ride that started and ended in the same place. It was to promote positive image and safe, responsible riders. In World War II, the average person coming back was 27. They were bored and suffering from PTSD. Bikes were cheaper than cars. And another quote coming to you. It seems logical that the horrors of the war and the hells of combat have melted down the pre-war personality of these men, only to recast them forever into a new form. Then the form of the bad image came across with the Hollister ride of 1947. The AMA states that 99% of motorcycle enthusiasts are law-abiding. Citizens, 1% are not. Thus, 1% of outlaw clubs. I lost my slideshow. Wherever it went. But the media when it boiled down to that didn't help anything was the actor Marlon Brando, who was a main actor in the Wild Ones. In the motorcycle world, there's many good clubs. I ride for one of them, the Vietnam Vets Legacy Vets Motorcycle Club. We raise money for the POWMIA and money for veteran suicide. In summary, the birth of it was in 1884. The motorcycles were used in wars. They helped veterans, and most bikers are good. Bikes have came a long way. Many brands available today, like the Harley Davidson, the Yamaha, the Kawasaki, all of them are freeing for veterans and all abroad.